Okay guys, so in this really brief tutorial, I will try to show you how to use the tools we are using this year for the homeworks, and I actually expect that you learn how to use this tool for your professional career. So these tools are the reason why I switched from my beloved GCC to LLVM toolchain. LLVM is a toolchain that is supported by Apple actually, but it's completely open source, so you can see the whole implementation details. And they have been doing a great job in terms of tooling. So they are, besides the compiler and the toolchain, they are providing a lot of tools that are meant to make your life easier. So this is the only reason I switched to LLVM. You can actually use these tools no matter which toolchain you're using. Like you can use GCC and some Clang-Tools, but for me it made more sense to use the whole tooling system. That's why you installed LLVM release 10 when you started this course, right? So let's get started with the tutorial. So basically we're going to see two tools. One is Clang format and the other one is Clang-Tidy. Clang format is a tool to automatically format your code and make it more readable and professional, and Clang-Tidy is a static analysis tool that will help you to write much better C++ code. So let's get started. So sorry, it's always the same. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the must-have tools wiki. So I just uploaded two configuration files. Not here, actually. This virtual machine is extremely slow. And then you will go to clang-tools config file. So this is something new. And then you will working. Okay. Say blink as, and then you will go to your CPP homeworks repository, and then you will save this configuration file and also this one. Sorry, save link as. That's it for me, right? And then let's open a terminal. Let's go to CPP homeworks, and then if you do git status, you will see two new files. The only thing is actually these files should be hidden on your repository. So if you do something like LL here or LS, you will see the two files in here, but should be with a dot. This means that it will be hidden. And Clang format, you just add a dot in front, format, and then just Clang-Tidy and then dot, and then just can do this, right? Then git status. Okay, then you just add this file to your repository, add Clang-Tools config files, and you say Clang format and also Clang-Tidy. So why you want, then you push to your repository. Why you want these tools on your repository? Because this will give you, so these are basically the configuration files, sorry, not the tools that I am using in the homework bot. So if you want, you can have the same configuration, and this way you will have the same feedback on your local machine that in the your wiki, right? So let's see how this works. So let's pick homework 2, and then let's start from nothing actually, and then let's create two directories, task 1 and then task 2, and then let's go for task 1 for example, and then let's create the .cpp file, so task1.cpp, right? Let's start working right away with this file, and then let's pretend that this is the task we need to achieve, and then int main, and then let's do it like this, and then std cout, sorry, hello Clang format, and then that's it, and then somewhere here return 0, and then yeah, So if you see this code, there's nothing wrong with this code. So if you actually compile task1.cpp, you can run it and it's working. Only problem with this is that it's extremely ugly and it's impossible to read. So in order to avoid these kind of issues, so we are using Clang format and we are forcing you to format your code. So you have two ways of doing it. So the hard way is using the terminal, and the easy way is using the integrated tools that I gave to you on the very first tutorial with Visual Studio Code. So one thing you can do is you can actually run Clang format, and then you do it for this file, and then the output. So on the standard output, you will have the formatted version of this file. The other thing you can do is you can prepend the -y that stands for interactive, and this will format the file within the file. So if you now open the same file, it's completely formatted, right? The other thing you can check, so let's break the format again. So it's as simple as breaking like this. You can actually do Clang format, and then you can do try run, and then one is as error, and then the file. And this will basically give you an error, and this is the type of error you will see on your wiki if there is an error. So for now let's add this file, and then let's add task1 homework 2, right? And I am not even adding a CMake list file, nor build nothing. So before I even get to build your homework, the first thing I will do is I will be checking for format. So if the format is not correct, then my friend, the homework will not be corrected, right? So make sure you do format your code. And then let's go to the wiki, and now you will see an error. So in the meantime, so something you can do is, okay, let's show you how you can fix this on the text editor. So you have two options. So the first one is doing format document, or if you're actually using the configuration I gave to you, you have this format on save. So whenever you save the file, so whenever you save this file, it's Ctrl S, it will auto format it for you. So if you don't like this auto format on save, just disable, and then make sure you format it whenever you want. And then let's see if this is already done. Okay, so the second homework, format correct? No. So I didn't even build or check for any other thing. So error, code should be Clang formatted. So if you really want your homework to be checked, the first thing you need to do is to format your homework. And let's say that you actually don't like the format I gave to you. So if you go to the manual of the tool, so you can search for the style option, and then you will see style, okay, that you have multiple styles predefined on the tool. So let's pick WebKit, for example. And one thing you can do on your CPP homework on the root directory, so okay, and then git commit, let's fix Clang format. Now we have a clean repository. One thing you can do is do Clang format, and then you pick your own style, and then it's WebKit, and then you just stamp config. This will print the configuration for this particular settings to the standard output. And one thing you can do is redirect this to your Clang format tool. And now if you do a git diff, you will see that some lines change it because it's a different style. So this is something you can do. And now if you save or if you format, some stuff will change. So pick the style you want. You can play with the configuration file. And then I would not check that you're using my format style, but at least you're using your format style. So if you change Clang format, then you can pick virtually any style you want. I will not complain if you pick an ugly style, just do whatever you want. I will only complain if there is an error on the style you pick. So that's one thing. The other thing is, let's touch cmake list txt, and then this we don't care, and then let's open the cmake file, and then let's see the second tool, that is a static code analysis tool, that is Clang-Tidy. Before I forget, I found an error on the settings I gave to you. So there is this header insertion. So this is the tool, the configuration I use, but I ask you to remove this, because if you, for example, now do std and then you do string and then you just press enter, you will get an automatic include here for the string. So this is not really important, but then I don't want like the tool doing stuff for you that will prevent you from learning. So minimum required version, let's do project task 1, and then add executable task1.cpp. And now something you can do is like you can cmake export, turn this flag on, and then now when you run cmake, so if you create this directory and then you cd onto this directory and then you do cmake, you will see this file that is compile commands.json. So basically these are the B lines for your project, and most of the tools from clang-tools will be working with this particular file and will be giving you information about this. So now, for example, let's pretend that I am doing another mistake. That it will be, for example, first of all, let me go to my root directory and I will do git checkout. This will go back in time and pick the original format file. So, and now if I format this, format document, okay, this is how I end up before. Now let's pretend that I create a variable called a, right? But then for some reason I'm not using this variable. So if you see, this is what I call early feedback access. That is for me super cool, and that is that variable a is not being initialized. So there is one problem here that is being reported by Clang-Tidy. So whenever you pick any tool, any funky tool, any fancy tool from your IDE, always ask yourself the question, how will I integrate this into my tooling system? So you will have this first warning, you will have another warning but cpp check, and then for example, if you run it manually here, so if you do clang-tdy and then you do -p and then you indicate where is the build directory, and then what am I missing, probably the file, and then task1 cpp, you will see an error, right? So the error, the variable a is not being initialized, right? So there is one thing here, and if you actually try to now commit this, so git commit, just add a clang-tdy error, and then you push, you will see the same error on the wiki. So this is something that it will be impossible with IDEs, because usually these tools are not really flexible, let's say, and also it's hard to configure. So you can say, oh, but I don't know, Eclipse also warned me about this. Yeah, but how do you integrate this into your whole ecosystem of development? So in this case, you will see the error reported on your text editor. I gave you some tools on the website to actually, whenever you make, so you have the option to, so whenever you make, you will see the error. I will show you how. And then after all, you will see the same error on the wiki. So no matter what you do, we will catch this error. So it's still working. So in the meantime, we can go to the website and download the utilities. So if you go to homeworks, you will download this zip file. Let's see if this is already here. Not yet. did I push? Git status, git show. Yeah. Okay, let's wait then. Then let's copy the downloads and then homework 2 here, and then unzip homework 2. Then let's remove this. Now let's, for example, let's move CMake and then test to task 1. For now, let's forget about testing the test. So this we don't need for now. So I only want to show you git checkout. This is good. Git status. So I remove the file, and then Git knows about this. Just git checkout the file. You have it back again. I want to remove the test folder. This guy. Okay. And here on the CMake, so try not to open this because it's ugly CMake code. So basically this will allow you to check for Clang-Tidy on your build and also for the format. So let's open code. And how you use these tools, so you have multiple options. One would probably the most easy one is to include, and then CMake, and then static. So how is this called? CMake static analyzers.cmake. So with this you will basically include this utility, and then if you do now CMake dot, whenever you do make, if this is working, okay, whenever you do make, your build fails, and this is the same tool working on different places. It's still Clang-Tidy error, variable a is not initialized, and this is CPP core guidelines, blah blah blah. This is a warning that is being popped up. It's the same warning that you see on the editor here, the same one, and it's the same one that if this is working, you will also see on your computer. See? So build succeeded? No. Why it's not being succeeded? Because variable a is not being initialized, right? And this unused variable is a warning of Clang, not TDI, but the compiler. And this is because I didn't put W alt for warnings. So this is how you can actually make this stuff work for you. And the idea is that you should check all the stuff, and that's why I gave to you this CMake directory with these utilities to check that everything is working before you submit your homeworks. Otherwise you will be going back and forth with the wiki, and it's going to be probably painful. So I hope you get some intuition on these tools. I would say that it's very likely that in a few years this will be standard in the industry and probably in academia as well, because this is, for me, it's the way of going. Like whenever you pick a tool, so forget about the text editor and wherever. So this Clang format could be integrated everywhere. So you have it on your system, you can use it in a shell, you can use it in the text editor. I am using Clang format, the same tool, on the homework bot. So whenever you set up a CI, you can actually ask Clang format to format the code for you. So this is the way of going, the modern way of doing development software. Not having one magic IDE that does the job for you, but then you cannot integrate any of the IDE functionality anywhere else. You cannot add this to the CI, you cannot share this configuration with some other colleagues. So this is extremely flexible, and it's getting a lot of attention, especially Clang-Tidy. So it's not really common, but it's super cool and it's really working. So if you check your settings, the C++ autocomplete from Visual Studio Code is completely gone, disabled, because Clang-Tidy will do it for you, but after it inspect the build. So with this compile command.json, it will search for some stuff and it will give you feedback that is completely tied to your build, right? So anyway, if you have any questions about formatting or Clang-Tidy, just let me know. I hope this makes your code better. Okay, thank you for watching.